What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and this is my Glock 26 Gen 3, still waiting on my optic, but it should be here soon. And we're going to compare this thing to my SIG P365X, and there's a reason for that. I put out a video about my Glock 26, and the number one response was, dude, that's outdated, or dude, that's a Glock, or dude, get the SIG P365. The number one thing was saying, get a P365, and I told them I do have one. And I still think the Glock is a bit better, and I'll explain why in this video. People might say this is outdated. I don't look at that as a bad thing. It can still keep up in today's market. It has plenty of aftermarket support. The mag compatibility is still there. And I don't necessarily complain about a firearm that's been around for 20 plus years and is a proven reliable track record. You don't hear about people having issues with Glock 26s. You hear about, especially when SIG P365 first came out, you heard a lot about issues with them. But I do think they have those pretty much worked out. Now, for the sake of comparison, this is 13 plus 1 setup. This is 12 plus 1 setup. Let's compare the sizes. So you're getting more rounds in a shorter package, but obviously the P365 is going to be much thinner in the slide. I do have the Wilson Combat frame or grip module, so it is going to be a little wider than normal, but still significantly less wide. Like I said, what I love about the 26s, you can have 10 round OEM mags all the way to Glock 33 OEM mags. I really like the feel of the finger grooves and the natural point of aim of the Glock. I just like it. I'm used to shooting Glocks and I really like it. And you can never argue with reliability. This firearm right here that you see right in front of you has 9,000 rounds through it. Steel ammo through it during the pandemic. Every kind of hollow point, cheap hollow points, cheap ammo. And I can shoot this thing great. I love this thing. I was the only one in my defensive carry class with a small firearm. Everyone else was toting full sizes and 43Xs, and I outshot everyone but one person. So, when it comes to the P365X, I'm really looking forward to my journey with this firearm. I just got it back from the gunsmith, like I said. Now, there's a couple reasons. It sounded like the spring, the sear spring, was altered or like snipped short. It was a little short on the spring or something like that. So basically a new sear spring kit. He made sure that everything he read online was up to spec and stuff like that. And now the thing works great. He ran some rounds through it. I'm going to be putting some rounds through it tonight, and I believe this thing will be reliable just like my Glock will. Now the one thing I will say is Glock part availability is unbelievable. And I'm talking upper parts kits, lower parts kits, the internals basically. And literally you can swap them out. Every part from your Glock 19 will work in the 26 except the guide rod, obviously, when it comes to internals. Now, you can even put the barrel from the 19 in there. And that's something that is so special about Glocks, and especially this firearm, because when you want to conceal it or pocket carry it, you can put a flush 10-round mag in there. Or if you want to put a +5 and get 15 rounds of it in still a shorter package than a 19, you can go ahead and throw a magazine like this in there. Now, the P365, I know they come out with bigger mags, so they are getting there with magazine compatibility. But the thing is that fire control unit is so difficult to deal with, and it does take some learning, and I need to learn it myself. But when it comes to Glocks, I can put together a Glock in 5 minutes, take it down, locate a problem, if I ever have one, within 5 minutes, swap it out, and I'm good to go. I have like 4 or 5 firearms worth of parts just sitting in my toolbox. So I could swap it out at any second for super cheap. So parts availability goes to Glock. Now, when it comes to concealability, obviously the P365 is the master at that. It is super small, super thin. But when it comes to shooting, I think the Glock 26 just outshoots. It's bigger, it's heavier, and it's just a better shooter overall. The P365 does have a better trigger, but not on my carry firearm. I have the Apex trigger with a 3.5 pound connector for about a 4.5 pound trigger pull. Honestly, guys, you can't go wrong with either of these firearms. I can't choose your everyday carry for you. I can just tell you my experience with them. My experience with my Glock 26 Gen 3 is that this thing runs. Runs no matter what. It doesn't matter how dirty. Doesn't matter what it goes through. It runs. P365, I am still starting off my journey with it, but I think it'll be there too. And honestly, this feels really good in the hand. I like the sights, and I like the concealability of it. So these are both great firearms, guys. I can't hate on either of them. Even though I do troll SIG a lot, I just like to do that. I like to troll firearm companies. They're both great companies. I'm just a Glock guy, and you know why? Because it serves me well. It's served its purpose. I've been able to shoot this as dirty as possible, steel ammo, and it's 100% reliable. And that says a lot, because if you clean your firearms like I do and take care of them, in a self-defense situation, it will show up. But like I said, the P365, there are so many people that carry these. One guy that I watched a video on said he's got 60,000 malfunction-free rounds through his. I mean, how can you argue with that? So they're both great firearms. Can't go wrong with either of them. Love them both. Really looking forward to starting putting a lot of rounds through my P365X. Thanks for watching.